everyone, welcome back. So today I have a very interesting video because today I'm going to be doing my base makeup using a dish scrubbing sponge, and this one I've got here is by the brand Scotch Brite, and I think this one is easily available everywhere in the world. And the thing is, I saw this girl do her makeup on Instagram about a few months back, and ever since I saw that I always wanted to give it a try myself because her makeup looked really flawless after using a dishwashing sponge, and my beauty blender seems to have reached its final stage at the moment. So before I went ahead and splurged on a new one, I thought I might just as well give this method a try, and if it works out then this right here is only ₹25, which is about $half, which would be super cheap. So if you're interested to see how the results turn out, then keep on watching. As you can see, the coarse part is on one side, and on the other side we have this very soft spongy part, and this is the part that you're going to be using on your face. So I'm going to go ahead and cut my sponge into smaller pieces so that it fits my face. So I'm first cutting it into half, and then I'm going to cut it one more time. Next I'm going to soak it in some water and then just squeezing off the excess. I'm doing the same thing that I would do with a beauty blender or any other makeup sponge. Next I'm taking my Maybelline Fit Me foundation and I'm just going to dot that all over my face like I normally do. Now it's time to blend the foundation out using this sponge. So I'm just going to go in patting motions just like I would do with my regular makeup sponges. Well, the sponge feels very soft and porous, like it has a lot many holes than the beauty blender, so it's kind of not giving me that very even finish. I mean, it's kind of looking like my foundation is just sitting on top of my skin. It's looking really weird, but I'm gonna go ahead and pat it some more and see if it works out. Looking at the texture, I was expecting it to kind of soak up the product from my face, but to my surprise it did not soak up a single product. Like, it managed to deposit the entire product to my face, and initially when I was patting the foundation onto my skin, like, the finish did not look very good, but then later as I kept patting the sponge onto my face, it did a very good job of actually blending the foundation into my skin. So I think it has done a pretty good job. My foundation looks pretty even and it is nicely blended into the skin. So this has definitely passed the foundation test, but now I'm going to try and use it with my concealer under my eyes. So for that I'm going to take my Maybelline Fit Me concealer. So it's pretty much the same thing with concealers as well. Like, initially it does not look very nice and even, like it looks kind of cakey, but I'm gonna keep patting and see if it works out like the foundation as well. The shape of the sponge makes it a lot more easier to reach out to the nooks and corners of your nose. So that's the finished look, and again the sponge has done a very good job because as you can see it has blended out my concealer really well, and it actually gives the concealer a very natural looking effect. Like, it does not look like you have a ton of product on your face. Like, it does not look cakey at all. Lastly, it's time to test the sponge out with my cream contour product. So I'm just going to apply that on the sides of my face. Yo! Now I'm taking the sponge and I'm just going to blend the product out. Okay guys, I must tell you all that I am super impressed with this sponge because normally whenever I contour my face using the LA Girl concealer, I find it very difficult to blend it out using a sponge, be it the Real Techniques complexion sponge or my beauty blender. I just feel like the sponges fail to blend this out really well, so I always go ahead and use my brush instead. But today I used only this sponge to blend this out, and I must say it made the job so much more easier, and it just blended out the product really well. So I'm highly impressed with this, and I think I will always use this whenever I'm contouring my face using the LA Girl Pro Concealer. Finally, it's time to bake my face, and I'm going to take this fresh sponge and I'm going to take lots of powder on the sponge. And I'm just going to pat the powder onto my skin. Okay, I think it was a bad idea to wet the sponge because the powder feels pretty wet. Wow, just look at that finish, guys. So I was actually thinking of baking the powder under my eyes, but the sponge turned out to be slightly more damp. So what I ended up doing is I kept patting the product onto my skin, like over the concealer, and I think I actually really like how this looks. It looks really nice. It really makes the concealer look so flawless, actually helping the concealer to set into the skin without making the skin look too patchy or too powdery. So here's a closer look of what my base makeup looks like, and as you can see, the finish is really awesome, and I definitely see myself using this sponge more in the future. I went ahead and did my full face of makeup, and as you can see, my base makeup looks pretty good. It does not look cakey or patchy or uneven or anything like that. So now I think it's safe to say that this sponge does a very good job in applying both cream, liquid and powder products. So I think this sponge is a pretty close dupe to the Beauty Blender. I wouldn't say it's exactly similar because with the Beauty Blender I feel the finish is slightly more better than this. I mean, it's not like a huge world of a difference or anything, but with this one it does take time, but once you keep patting the product on, it gives you a very good result in the end. I mean, for the price and for the finish it gives, I think it's totally worth it. So I hope you enjoyed this video and learned something new today. And just in case you guys try this method out, then please don't forget to hashtag me. You can use the hashtag titiscorner and I would love to see that. So please don't forget to give this video a big thumbs up and also subscribe to my channel for more videos like these. I will see you guys in my next one. Bye!